Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek, but I am Hench, and welcome back to the Guild 3 where we rejoin the CuppaTeas dynasty, and we've got quite a good camera angle down here of a couple of the CuppaTeas dynasty's buildings. So we've got ourselves the Scriptorium just here and the Pest House over there, and if you were to look at these you'd probably think that the CuppaTeas were doing very well for themselves because these are quite fancy buildings. I mean, the Scriptorium just here, I like the way this looks. It's got a fancy front door. I like the fact that the ground floor is a different shape to the floor above it, so we have to have these sort of support strut things. I like the way it's got different styles from the ground floor to the first floor just there. And if we zoom out a little bit, where do we go? There we go. You can see here that it's got itself a second floor, so like one in the roof, and it's got a book thing on the top of it as well. Just in case you weren't sure what kind of building it was, it's got a book on the top, so I quite like that. This building is performing terribly, however. It's not really making enough money, and we need to sort that out. We need to make this a profitable building, or we might as well just get rid of it. We might as well just get rid of that and then have another business somewhere else. We might as well just go and get ourselves another herb hut somewhere, because that will make us more money in the long run. Although this building is far fancier. It's far more sort of exciting and glamorous than the little herb huts. But there we go, never mind. And then this here, this is the Pest House. This again is quite a nice building. If we can sort of just zoom in a little bit. It's got many floors. It's got a little, it's got a bit in the roof. It's got rooms in the roof, which is very good. It's got a chimney. I mean, the stuff outside isn't quite as glamorous. I mean, that there looks... That's horrendous. That's kind of all bloodied and horrible. And there's some sort of terrifying implements just there. So, don't look at the outside stuff. But, it's a big stone building. It looks very, very impressive. This is doing okay. In terms of actual finance stuff, this is doing all right. Although we are making more money in here from selling bandages than we are actually dealing with ill people. Which you sort of suspect it might have been the other way round. I thought we would have made most of our money from people coming in saying, help, my leg is hanging off. Please stick it back on, and we get on with that. Rather than just selling a bandage to the market. But that's fine. As long as it's making money, I am not bothered. The CuppaTeas want all the monies. So what did we do last time? Well, Claude got a job. Claude got a job as an informer. And where is Claude now, actually? He's in the pub, of course. Right. He's not in the pub because he's getting drunk, although I suppose, he might have a little tipple while he's there. No, he went here to do one of the actions that he can now do. Which one was it? Was it that? Was it one of these? He did that one there. He audited their books. So it cost us a little bit of influence to do. Cost us a tiny bit of influence to audit their books. But we did get some gold and some influence back out of it, I believe. So that's quite good. So we can use these powers because, he's an informer. So he is in the government now. We're on the very bottom rung of the government structure, if you like. We need to sort of work our way up. But that's fine. At least we're on there now. We can start sort of maybe moving up. Maybe we'll next become a council informer, then maybe become a customs officer, then a market reeve, then work our way up all the way to become the sovereign and become the king and all that kind of stuff. That's the ultimate goal, really, isn't it? To become the ruler. And it might not well be Claude, but it might be one of the CuppaTeas dynasty might well get into this position eventually. So that was one thing we did. And another thing that happened kind of toward the end of the previous part was there was a proposal came over from one of the other factions in the game. So one of the other families. And they said, hello, we want to do a trade, please. We will have Oolong off you, who was our second born, so one of our daughters, and we will give you this person. So I kind of said, okay, in my mind, it was the fact that they're going to get married. That's how I read that. That's how I saw it on the screen. So I sort of looked at it and it said, Oolong will get married to this person here. I went, oh, okay, yes, I agree. And so I accepted that. And Oolong went away out of the family. And then a bit popped up that said, okay, who do you want to get married to this person? And I got very confused and thought it was a bug. But no, it's been pointed out in the comments. That is exactly what's supposed to happen. And I've actually done Yorkshire out of a husband. So what happened was, we traded Oolong over to the other family, and then they could do with her what they will. They could have married her to somebody else. And the trade was that Oolong goes over to them and we get a person. So we would have got whatever the person's name was. Let's say he was called Bob. So we would have got Bob over into our family. But then we can't just have Bob just sort of idling around going, hello, I'm Bob. Bob needs to be married to somebody. So that's why I had to pick a person. But I didn't realise that. I thought it had bugged out. So I then went away and sort of reloaded the game to get rid of that choice. So essentially last time we traded Oolong away and got nothing from it in return. So now I understand how that works. We can do something about that. But yeah, it was a little bit confusing at the time. And I think if there's Oolong. So Oolong is over here. So we can still see Oolong on the map. There she is. Hello, Oolong. So Oolong Millman now. So she got married to the Millmans. And there you go. So she's running along. So that's quite nice. It's nice to see that she's not too far away from the family home. Maybe she'll pop in and visit on Sundays and come round and, have Sunday lunch or whatever. So I think the job now is we need to get quite a big pile of money. I'd like to get up to here. I'd like to get to become a free citizen. And then also I'd like to try and get down to here. What do we need to be that? Oh, a patrician. We need to get at the level of patrician to get ourselves medicine too, because then we could build an infirmary. And I think infirmaries are going to be nice and profit making. We could, in theory, go down the route of a scribe. That'd be nice. So 2,900 gold, that's fine. That means we could build ourselves a printing office. Now, again, I don't know how good they are. If it's anything like the Scriptorium, they're going to be terrible. But there, what do we get there? We can make stylographs, paintings, and stately dispatches. Which sound very exciting. So, I mean, it might be worth doing that. But also, I do want to get this done. I want to become a free citizen. I think that sounds quite exciting. Also, you can do trade missions. So we can do trade missions. We can write a pamphlet. I don't know what we'd write a pamphlet about, but that sounds exciting. And we can write letters of recommendation, all that kind of stuff. It is quite expensive in terms of gold. I would like to maybe get to 10,000. So if we get to 10,000 gold, I think that's a good target. Then we can get a free citizen. We've got plenty of influence. So that will mean that we'll be down to, sort of 2,500 gold-ish. And then that means that we've got some leeway. If I did it now, that only leaves us with sort of 600, 700 gold, something like that. And then, somebody could do some bad deals at the market or whatever. And then then we'll be broke and it will be bad. So I think we need to save some money for that. So what we might do is now, let's get Claude. Where are you, Claude? There you are. Claude, you need to go and do some more stuff. Now, what popped up? Something popped up. Oh, that's it, just there. Something popped up just here. So 1420 at 7 hours 47, court proceedings, counsel informers, judge. There's a thing here. I don't know what this is. You did not submit a verdict yet. Oh, I've got to do things. Oh, and it's happening very, very soon. Hang on. Details of this event. Hang on, can I pause it and read that? Okay, right. I might be able to pause it and maybe make a quick decision because I think the decision is due in 1 minute's time. So, okay, pickpocketing. 1418, okay, so in the last day in the game, so 2 years ago in game time, in the morning, in the surrounding region, this person here was found pickpocketing. Okay, so I have to make a verdict, do I? Okay, this is intriguing. I don't really know what this is. What do I do with this? Okay, I don't know. That is presumably let them go. That is, I don't know what that is. That opinion of the population of the city. That's, I guess, find them. So that's let them go. So let Elsa free. That is, I don't know what that is. I mean, some help would be good here, game. Some sort of help here. I don't know what that is. That's the opinion of the city. And that's lock them up. Do you know what? Let's go for that. Our verdict can be that we think that they should get a fine. They get a fine of 22 gold. So let's see then. So 747. Does that now go away? You submitted a verdict. Now, do we get anything for that? Do we get paid for that? Because I think that might be part of our job. That might be part of Claude's job. Okay, 749. Another one of these needs to be done. I submitted a verdict for that one. So 752. Court proceedings, counselling. Okay, right, hang on then. So what about this one? There's two. You're pickpocketing. Pickpocketing is naughty. Yes, you can be fined in the middle there. Yeah, absolutely. You can get fined 28 gold. That is what I think you should be fined. And then this here then. Oh, this is intriguing. I didn't know this existed. Recommended punishment, fine 22. Do you know what? I'll go for that. We'll go for the majority verdict there. So yeah, that's what we have said. I assume that sort of sticks. Yeah, okay, right. So I confirm that I've made a decision that I think that person should be fined. Okay. Oh, look at that. The council informer, the person who is above us, is the Millmans. He is a Millman person. Now, that's who we sent Oolong to, wasn't it? Okay, that's quite interesting. Okay, so there's the accuser and the accused. Okay, and then we've sorted that out. So now do we need to do anything else? Is there anything else we need to do? I don't think there is. That just tells us the details of the event. Okay, so there's like a little extra thing there that I need to be aware of. And maybe the more I do this, I don't really know. I don't know if I get money for submitting my verdict in, or if I don't do this, I lose my job because I'm not doing my job properly. I'm not entirely sure. I do not know. Right, however, Claude. Run back home, because we could do with spreading some more influence around, I think. I don't think we want to go and do any more of these things, do we? We don't want to falsify evidence. We don't want to bribe officials. We could give some money to the church. That might be quite nice. Oh yeah, go and do that, actually. Yeah, it's just here. Absolutely, yes. I'd like to go and give money to the church because I'm a nice person. I do like how the church has got a little sort of area outside it with tables and casks and things, so everyone can just tuck into the holy wine. I do like the idea of that. It's just full of lovely holy wine. You can go in and have a little glass, and just feel more religious, I guess. So there you go. So he's going to run over to the front of the church. We'll just donate a bit of money. That's absolutely fine. I don't mind that. That house is called We Want Windows. Not Vista, I hope. Right, okay. So you go to the church, drop in the money, we get some influence. That's absolutely fine. I don't really mind doing that so much. Right, okay, now go home, Claude, because then we can go and spread our influence around. Oh no, there's another one of those things. Oh no, just one's gone. Ah, they're just being dealt with. Oh yes, okay, right. So they're being dealt with now by judges and stuff. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Right, okay, let's get Claude home. Who are you? Who are you standing outside our house? Hello? You're okay. You're called Ego. Right. What do you do, Ego? What are you doing? You're guarding a building. You will guard and defend a building against attacks and acts of sabotage. Right. Why are the Armstrongs guarding our house? I mean, that's lovely. I'm very happy that you are. I don't know why you are. That's fine. I like that. What we could do is we could hire a henchman, couldn't we? That might be quite fun. Probably cost a little bit of gold. And also, I have no idea how to go about doing that. But yeah, that could be fun, couldn't it? Right, also, we've got people sat in here now doing nothing. Come on, let's go into the house. So Yorkshire is boasting. Green just finished whatever it was that they were doing. Jasmine, go and yell about how great we are. Green, go and read something. That's fine. And then Claude. Okay, Claude, right. How do we hire a henchman? Is it really obvious? Let's see if I can figure it out. Oh, it's just here. There is a hire henchman button right the heck just here. Okay. I also didn't notice there were add-ons for our house. Did I upgrade our previous house? I mean, I'd quite like disease protection for our house. Thank you very much. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, yeah, there's all sorts of exciting stuff for the house. Okay, so disease protection, probably a good idea. Building security as well. Let's actually get that up a little bit. That makes sense. And then a bit of fire protection as well. Let's make sure that our building is quite safe because, yeah, that's where all the family live. It also possibly could do with repairing a little bit. Let's repair that as well. Okay, so now let's go back to there. Let's hire a henchman. So 500 to hire a henchman. But then is that it? Do they just stay with us forever? I don't really know. Do you know what? We've never done it before. Let's just press the button and see what the heck happens. Okay, so we've hired a henchman. Okay, is that our henchman? So now we've got two people stood outside. Is that our henchman? That's Ego. I don't want to click on Ego. I want to click on the other man. The other man who's in front of Ego. But no, I can't seem to click on him. Ego is interfering. Well, I think we have a henchman. I don't know what his name is or how to find out because I just keep clicking on the other guy. Is there any? Does he appear in here? Claude, Jasmine, Green, and Yorkshire. No. So, I don't know. I don't know if we can figure out how we can find out the name of our henchman. I've no idea. Do you know what? It's fun. He looks like he's standing out there and he's got someone to chat with. He can have a little chat with Ego. So that's lovely. You two can become best friends. We seem to be making a heck of a lot of money quite quickly indeed. So I'm just going to go and have a little nosy as to what exactly is causing that money to come in. Because we did just spend quite a bit of money on upgrading our house and hiring a henchman. And already we're near 10,000 gold. So let's just have a look what's going on. So CuppaTea cures is... purchases are just about the same as the sales at the market. That's not very encouraging. So it's certainly nothing here. It's nothing here. It must be CuppaTea concoctions. There just must be an absolute run going on for tea. Which does make me think, why don't I just build another one of these? And a couple of people have said this in the comments. They said, just build another one of these. Why aren't you doing that? But there are limited amounts of businesses you can have. We've got 3 out of the 4 that we're allowed. I am tempted, however, to just get rid of this. Although... hang on, we've made 12,308 at the market. I wonder if that is actually starting to actually make some money. That would be marvellous if it was, because we're selling parchment, and parchment sells pretty well. It's quite easy to make. You get a bit of that and a bit of that. So you get a bit of leather for not very much. What are we buying that at? 26 and 13. So, I don't know, so call it 40. Let's round it up to 40 gold to make a piece, and then you sell it for 103 possibly. I think that's kind of how it works. So, you get quite a nice markup on that. So I don't know if that's now coming into play. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, maybe now CuppaTea Parchments has found its thing. So don't make books or anything, because they're a waste of time, because seemingly no one in France can read. The people of Paris don't like books, but they do like paper. I'm surely that they would need to write on it, and then they might as well buy a book. Maybe they make paper planes or something. I have no idea. But whatever. So yeah, that's quite interesting, isn't it? That is interesting. So yeah, maybe soon the revenue will actually overtake the sort of expenses here. And this place might actually start making some money. CuppaTea Cure's not really doing very well either. So I guess it's our little herb hut that is actually making the majority of the money. Well done, little herb hut. Do you know what? We should possibly go over and have a look at you, just to see how you're doing. Oh, well done, you lot. You're all doing very well. 71, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what caused that sudden rush of money. I'm not complaining, though. It's absolutely lovely. And green has leveled up. Hooray! So yes, you're only 7 green, but there you go. So you're level 2. Well, do you know what? I think we should give you a point of dexterity just to get that a little bit higher, because your dexterity is the lowest it can be. So yeah, it indicates a character's agility, physical responsiveness, and basic body control. So at the moment, you're just sort of, I imagine you're sort of just shambling around the place, trying to control how your arms and legs work when you walk. So no, let's give you a point of dexterity. There you go. You've become a tiny bit more dexterous. That makes sense. Also, yeah, the weather is not great though, but it does. Everything looks very pretty in the guild. Everything looks lovely. So when it snows, it slowly begins to settle on the ground and the buildings and all that kind of stuff. So it's probably not very nice for the people, because there's no central heating in these places at all. But for us, it looks very, very pretty. Also, we do have over 10,000 gold. We've got 10,700 just about there. So yeah, it is sort of climbing quite nicely. So I think we become a free citizen. And this allows us to do some stuff that we don't really know what we're doing. So we can write letters of recommendation. We can write pamphlets. We can go on trade missions, which I think that's a picture of a little boat. That sounds fun. And we can have access to far trade markets. And we can have another henchman as well, which is quite fun. So let's claim that title. Okay, right, we are now a free citizen. The CuppaTeas are dragging themselves up by their boots, and now, yes, we're pretty good. A family member has leveled up. Green? Again? Okay. Wow, whatever you're doing is really working. Okay, I don't really know what you're going to be doing in the future, but intelligence is never a bad thing to have. So, yes, have a point of intelligence. You can become a slightly more brainier person. That was a quick turnaround. Wowee. Okay, fine. So now, right, how do we do this then? So we've got this long distance trade thing. London, it's the cupboards, is willing to buy essentials at high prices. The demand will end soon. Right, now I need to figure out how I can do long distance trade. Can I do long distance trade? Also, I can hire a henchman, another henchman. Is it worth getting a henchman for this place just here? I can't. Oh, that's a shame. I wanted to get a henchman for these guys. That's a bit of a shame. Also, how can I upgrade this building? I want to upgrade this building as well. I wonder how I get to upgrade that, because that'll be great. If we could upgrade this and make it better or safer or whatever, that would be worth doing. With all the influence that we've now got, we've got just shy of 900 influence, I think it might be worth investing in another one of these things over in the ambitious skill tree. Because we've got the first one, which just gave us a plus 10% reputation bonus. That is nice. It cost 50 influence. It was fairly straightforward. But that's now opened up all sorts of other ones. So we get a sort of a top level one that then branches out into these sub ones. And I think the lower you get, the higher sort of position you need to be. So that one there, you need to be, I never know how you quite say it, the Marquis, the Marquis, the Marquis, I don't really know, but whatever, you need to be quite a high ranking person to get these ones. But we can certainly get these first ones and maybe another one as well. This one here, what does that do? That gives you perception, and then you can get more perception and stealth. So this is about being sneaky by the look of it. You're anxious and you have dark secrets and all this kind of stuff. So that all looks a bit sinister. I don't like the idea of that one. This one here is cheese on toast fancier, which is a little bit strange. So that gives us 10 extra health. And then down here, that's a bit of defense and a bit of resistance. So that might be worth getting in the long run. And then these ones here all seem to be, the first ones kind of are all the same. It's winter, everybody. It looked quite winter anyway. So these ones here all look sort of more or less the same. That gives you 5% productivity. That one does. And that one gives you a point of charisma. So that's productivity. And that gives you then bargaining bonuses. So that's bonuses when bargaining. So this is essentially, this is just bargain powers. This will save you money on buying stuff. And I assume this applies to the dynasty, not just a person. I assume this applies to the whole dynasty. And then that's hard worker. So that gives you productivity. That makes you a bit quicker with productivity as well. This one here's got loads of options. So this one here, enchanting one. And it's not enchanting like magic. It just means you are quite an enchanting person, enchanting devil kind of person. So that gives you a point of charisma, which is no bad thing. And then you have to get rhetoric, for which you need to be a patrician. So we're not quite there yet. So we need to get that in. That gives you reputation bonus. Then you get charisma. Then you get intelligence. And these ones down here give you productivity. And these down here give you charisma and all sorts of extra things. So I don't really know which one to go for right now. I quite like the idea of going for maybe two of these. I might go for Master of the Slide Rule to get productivity. And then these are all to do with bargaining. So that's good, because bargaining is good. We want to make sure that we can get things cheaper. And then I might get that one as well. I might get enchanting to get a point of extra charisma. But yeah, I don't know if all of our dynasty get it or not. Do you know what? Let's see, shall we? So 150 on that, thank you. 150 on that, thank you very much. So we should have an extra bit of productivity, and we are quite enchanting. So now let's go to here, go to Claude, and just go and have a look at his charisma. So yeah, charisma is enchanting, just there. So he's got +1. What about Jasmine? Enchanting, yes, okay, so it's a dynastic, is that a word? It applies to the entire dynasty. Okay, that's marvellous. That is very good. I possibly realised I should be looking at some of these. Okay, hang on a minute. This person is fine. I'll completely agree. Yes, I'm doing my job. I'm really paying attention to this. Ooh, hang on. This person was pickpocketing, and their recommended punishment is public shame. Oh, Ernst. Oh, dear. And you've been stealing from the flower Jews, you rapscallion. Ah, that is public shame. Okay, so that is reputation of the dynasty going down. Okay. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to say there. That will do the job. Yes, I agree. Okay, fine. I guess we kind of hear about those things here. So yeah, so Claude CuppaTeas voted for a fine of 23. The verdict of the honourable judges is fine 32. The anticipated punishment was public shame. Oh, okay, so we all voted for fines. Ah, the anticipated punishment was public shame. Was it? Okay, I didn't think we voted for anybody for public shame until, or saw anything to do with that until just then. But okay, fine, whatever, that's all good. Right, okay, so we've got those skill things in. So we've got those in. And then, yeah, can we get any more? I don't think we can. We need to be a patrician to get the next ones. So a little way off in terms of both money and influence. Although we've got 6,000 money already. So right, hang on. Now let's go back and look at the stats again. Look at the businesses. Let's have a look at what's going on. CuppaTeas Cures might possibly be catching up. So maybe it's actually starting to make some money, which is good. CuppaTea parchments, not really. What's that? Still about 600 behind. And CuppaTea concoctions is absolutely just rocking it. That is making some lovely cash. Okay, fine. So, right, we know kind of what's going on with what's making us the money. Do we go and get ourselves another herb hut somewhere? Or do we invest in something new and fancy pants from going into herbalism? Do we unlock, because I don't really want to unlock these things. And House of Herbs might be quite nice. I want to go down this track here. I wanted to go down the track here and have like libraries and lovely things, but they don't seem to make much money. Do you know what? Let's unlock this. Let's unlock Scribe 2 because we can. Okay, so yes, we'll do that, thank you. And that means we can build a printing office. So let's pop down here and see how we can do this. I'd love an infirmary as well. That would be brilliant too. So a printing office, 3,420 monies. So it's going to take a little while to get that done. Okay, fine. Yeah, we want some extra money to then upgrade it and get the staff and get the goods and all that kind of stuff. I think let's run time on until we've got at least double that. So at least around 6,000, possibly a little bit more. I'm just looking through some of the messages here, just clearing them down really, just making sure I've not missed anything. And there's one here that says the trial has ended, hear ye, hear ye. The trial of Markwood Millman. Is that not who got offered to me as to, the person who was going to marry Yorkshire? I suspect it might have been, but he apparently has been done for attacking somebody. The anticipated punishment was a fine, and the judges gave him a fine, but of more gold. I mean, that's absolute pittance, isn't it? 16 to 25 is fine. Hunmar Kearney voted for 1 year of prison time. They really, really don't like the Millmans, and everyone else just voted for fines. So who are Kearney, Benham and Armstrong? Who are they? Let's look up here. Ah, right. Okay, so they're down here. So if it's a sort of a petty crime, if it's, pickpocketing or fraud or something like that, I imagine it comes to us just here. Whereas if it's a more violent crime, so attacking and violence and punchings, then maybe that goes to these guys and they do the same thing that we do. They make a verdict. Okay. Now, another thing I did spy was that it says there, one evidence was presented to prove this. I don't know how I can look at evidence and things. I don't know if that's in here, if I'm missing something. I do not know. I'm not entirely sure if I can see evidence. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, this bit here is it's not the most helpful of screens. There is a little help thing just here. Do you know what? I might go and read about this. Let me look at what the help tells me, if anything at all. Oh, so it's just a type of appointment. So there can be an appointment where you're a judge, which is what we see. So we make a verdict on... I don't quite know how we make a verdict. I assume they've been found guilty. I'm guessing that's kind of the case. So we then use the slider thing. You can then be the accused, in which case you turn up, I guess, and then state your case. Oh, there's an office meeting where they might be sort of, changing something. Yeah, they've submitted a proposal to amend the law. So, I mean, we can do that. We can actually do that. We can go and try and amend the law. I don't think I particularly want to do that right now, but if something crops up and later on we need to do that, it might be worth remembering that that is an option for us. Okay, so I've received news that green CuppaTea is a little bit poorly. It's nothing bad, it's only the flu. So I sent them over to CuppaTea concoctions. I have just noticed that this building is not in the best of health. It's coming up to sort of 50% health. So let's repair that. 433, yes, that's absolutely fine. So we'll just try and, spruce this place up a little bit, because this place is giving us the money. This place is paying our way in the world at the moment. And we do want to do any more add-ons or anything? We can have another 4. Do we want, why don't we give it fire protection? Yes. And a bit of security. Yeah, that'll do. Do you want to do anything else? We don't need front store slots. So, no, okay, right, that'll do. There you go. We've just gone, treated the hard-working folk here. I'd love to upgrade the building. I would love to upgrade the building. I'm not entirely sure how we find out what lets us upgrade the building. I just think it'd be very exciting if we could just get our building looking a bit different. Because, it looks nice. It looks like a little hut. But if we could make it look fancier, surely that's going to make more people come here. And then we make even more monies. Okay, something wibbly has gone on with our trade route down here. I think it's you, isn't it? Yes, it is. So it's the trade route at CuppaTea concoctions. I don't think it's too bad because they've got plenty of resources to be getting on with. I'm not entirely sure what Olaf's problem is. So he's just sort of stood there. So So he's at the market. Hang on. Right, hang on. Can we pick him? Let's go to here. Right, Olaf, come here. Just sort of walk out the way a bit. Maybe you just sort of clipped into there and got stuck in terms of, the actual physics of the game. Maybe you got trapped or something. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so then go back to here. Yes, you can go and purchase crucial tea ingredients. So now let's watch as he goes back to the market. So where's he going to go there? Okay, so he spent a little bit of money. And then he's just sort of standing there. And there you go. Right, and he is back on track. Yeah, maybe he just got stuck. Maybe he just got trapped or something. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, that point does look very, very busy. I do find it a bit strange in this that they've got this entire market. So they've got all these lovely stalls. Stalls just here. There's someone stood there waving his arms around. This one's got barrels. This one's got training dummies. They all go to the same point. I mean, why can't the character models just go to different bits? Like this person here, just this poor person, as well as having a massive cart driven through her face. Also, that's not how you want to live life, is it? This person here, no one ever comes here. No one ever buys her lovely earthenwares. And there you go, she's going to get run over again. So, I mean, you have a terrible time of it. Nobody buys your stuff and you keep repeatedly getting run over. So, that's never good. This person here, selling delicious meats in a terrifying mask. Nobody ever comes here. So it is a little bit weird. It would be nice if the character models all kind of went to different bits of the market rather than all just going to, I guess in the game there is a point. There is an access point to the market and that is it just there. But yeah, it's just a shame that it makes it look a little bit strange. And the fact that they just run through the market stalls as well is a little bit weird. Also, whilst we are on the topic of transporters, somebody made a very, very valid point in a comment on one of the previous videos, and I don't know how I hadn't even considered this before. So whoever you were, thank you very much for making the comment about the transporters being able to bargain. Because in this particular run, I have been giving the transporters, when they level up, the ability to go quicker. So I've been giving them either strength or dexterity because I thought in my mind, I was a bit, well, they want to get between the market and their production place quicker. So the quicker they do that, the quicker the production place can make more stuff, and then they've got more stuff to sell, and it makes productivity more efficient. But then yes, the person who made the comment said, yeah, that's well and good, that's fine, because the life of a transporter is running about and transporting. But also, they do the bargaining. They go to the market and they do the dealing. So you want them to be actually quite good at bargaining, because then if they're really good, you're getting your goods at a cheaper price. I hadn't even considered this. I don't really know why. It hadn't struck me that they go and do the dealing. But yeah, of course they do. So what we might do is, we've got 3 transporters because we have 3 businesses. So I am going to go through and treat the transporters to an exciting item that hopefully increases their bargaining power. So maybe I'll give them a different outfit or I don't know, some sort of trinket or a ring or something, whatever we can find in the markets that means that they have buying power. So the ability to bargain, even if it's a 3% or a 2% increase in their ability to bargain, that's better than nothing. So I think that's what we're going to do. So we'll start with you. So you can pop into there. And as soon as you come out of our place, come out of CuppaTea Concoctions, 2 dynasties are now allies. Who is that? Benham and Kearney. Kearney and Benham, of course. Yes, indeed. The reverse. Right, so where's our person? Right, you come out of here. Right, Olaf. You've been with us a long time, Olaf. You come here and I will direct you to the market. So there you go. Right, we've gone into the market. Let's slow time down. What can we buy, Olaf? Lovely, lovely Olaf. That gives him better bargaining powers. Ooh. Stately dispatches have appeared. Oh, they seem to make quite a lot of monies. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look. What can we do that gives him bargaining abilities? A money bag. +2 bonus to bargaining and gaining influence. Not so bothered about that. Okay, right, let me just have a quick look through. Like that look, +1 bonus when bargaining. Let's have a look and see what there is that can help his bargaining powers. Okay, there are quite a few things that would allow us to get a bargaining bonus, but they're all relatively expensive. Like this just here, these gorgeous clothes, they give us +10 bonus when bargaining, which sounds very, very good, but they are worth 1,396. They're very expensive. They're going to cost a heck of a lot of money. The free citizen's garb is more affordable. It's very, very much cheaper, but that's +8 bonus. Is it worth getting that? Is it worth getting the free citizen's garb? bit of armour, bit of resistance, 8 bonus when bargaining. At the moment, he's just wearing transporter's clothes, which is plus 1% speed. I mean, he does not need any extra speed, really, in hindsight. He just goes between the market and that place. I mean, it's right on the doorstep. I might treat him to the free citizen's garb. Let's get that, shall we? Let's get all of our people free citizens garb. So yes, okay, we'll buy one of those and we'll equip that on you. Now let's see what that does. Also, can we sell that? Oh, it's not even worth anything at all. It's worth no money at all. Okay, so I don't know quite how much he was spending on things. I possibly should have checked that first, shouldn't I? But let's just see if if it looks a lot cheaper. I don't know. Right, okay, hang on. Right, go into here. Switch your route back on now. So yes, go and do crucial tea ingredients again, please. So we'll see. So 12 and 68. Now, I should have possibly checked what it was before. I don't know if that's any cheaper. Do you know what? I feel like I've been nice to him, though. I feel like I've been nice. He's been in our loyal service for a long, long time. So, yeah, I feel maybe I should have treated him before. Let's possibly go and try and see if it affects these guys over here a bit more. So where are we? Where's all our stuff? Hang on, here it is. Right, there we go. Ooh, there's a gate guard stood outside the Scriptorium now. So let's see if it works in the Pest House then. Let's see if it works in the Pest House. So Alfred, where are you, Alfred? You're running, where are you going? Are you running back to us? I'm very confused as to where you're going, Alfred. You're going, you go that way to that little bit of market. Oh, okay. Oh, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. I kind of assume you'd go up there to that market, but no, that one is nearer, isn't it? Down here is nearer. So we made 248 because that was us selling the stuff. So 92 and 60 was us buying some stuff. So that was us buying whatever it was that he just bought, the cloth and the wool. So 92 and 60. Right, hang on, Alfred, come back this way. 92 and 60. Must remember the numbers. 92 and 60. Right, so you run into here, Alfred. We will then treat you to some free citizens garb. So yes, just the one, please. There we go. Thank you very much. Right, pop that on, my good sir. Sell that rubbishy looking thing. Okay, and then we need you to resume your route. It'd be lovely if there was a thing that just resumed the route for them. You kind of have to go and find where they were. So you're the one from here. So go into here. Say, yes, money for old bandages. There we go. So 92 and 60. It's one on each. Yeah. Okay, that's not exactly the resounding, crushing financial bargain that I was hoping for. I guess if he does that a lot of times, that might be worth doing. Oh, Claude's not paying attention to these things. Pickpocketing are fine. Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. Yes, absolutely. I've really paid attention to that. And I think we've already given our verdict on that one. Yeah, absolutely. Go and tell them off. Slap on the wrist. Okay, do you know what? Because I'd feel bad, let's get you doing it as well. So wherever you are, Gerald. Where are you, Gerald? You're over at the market right now. Oh, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, Gerald, go back. We'll treat you to a fancy outfit as well. Yeah, there we go. Just because everybody else has got one now. And I'd feel like I was discriminating against you. So there you go. Sell that pile of old rubbish. Ah, there's no flax. There is no flax, I notice. Yes, they're not going to be able to make any parchment because there is a lack of flax. So yeah, the Scriptorium is struggling. Yeah, there's loads and loads of leather, but there's no flax because we can't make anything. Oh, that is very unfortunate, isn't it? Okay, right, never mind. Well, get back on your making paper route for now. Okay, what can we do with that? I don't know if there's anything we can do with that. I'm not entirely sure that is a thing that we can deal with. Flax. So, I mean, what's in the market? Can we find flax? Does it just say 0 next to it, I assume? Oh no, there's loads of it. There's suddenly 27 flax. I'm very tempted to just go and buy all of the flax and chuck it into there. But, you know, they'll grab 3 at a time. Okay, right, fine. Can we look at whether anything is now being profitable? Right, CuppaTeas Cures is moving toward profitability. Look at that. It's 600 behind. That's quite good. CuppaTeas Parchments is still about 600 apart. So, yeah, that's not good. But we have seen that is struggling a little bit. And CuppaTeas Concoctions is absolutely rocking the joint. Okay, right. At least we know where we are in terms of finances. Okay, so here is Alfred. Alfred has leveled up. Here's the transporter over at the Pest House. So now let's see, what can we do to get him bonus when bargaining? Positively influenced by intelligence or charisma. So speed is not affected by anything. Okay, so just checking. Intelligence and charisma. Right, he's only got an intelligence of 2. So let's pop his intelligence up by 1, so back up to 3 there, and that means that he will get a tiny, tiny bonus when bargaining. Okay, so we should be better at bargaining in a very minor sort of way. I mean, it might save us another couple of gold pieces each time. That just made us 365 gold, however, which is brilliant. That's very good. Oh, and Claude is showing off about how great he is and it was perfect and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so we spend... What's that? 90? Oh, yes, we spend about 150-ish, do we, or something, on getting the ingredients. But then we do make 325. Well, that means that the Pest House should soon be turning a bit of a profit, I would have thought. I would have thought very soon. Oh, it is. CuppaTeas Cures is very, very nearly turning a profit. Okay, so there we go. That place will start making money, which is brilliant news. I think now let's get in a new building. We'll finish it and put this new building in. So we'll get the printing office in. We shall build the printing office, get it all constructed, and then we'll finish up for this part, and then we'll come back and sort out what goes on in our lovely new printing office. So here we go. 3,420 incredible indexes. I do quite like the name of that. There's some names that are very, very good. But no, we need to call it CuppaTeas something, because, it's got to be on brand. I think we just call it CuppaTeas Presses because it will be full of printing presses because that's how we'll do the printing. So CuppaTeas Presses, that will do the job. Right, where can this fit? It's quite big. Okay, so our 2 businesses are here. There is no chance of it fitting anywhere near them. That's not really near the middle, is it? I like it when it's near the middle somewhere, when it's on an important place. I mean, that's quite good. Just there is pretty good. And it's near markets. It's also near the church. It's near this thing just here, that crazy sort of magician tower thing. I think let's pop it there. That'll do. Yes, please. We will have that. So, right, also Claude's got some stuff to do. Hello. Do we need to pass judgment on these? I've submitted a verdict on those. Stop nagging at me, little button thing there. I thought it was telling me I had something to do. Look, it's going, hello, new event. I beg to differ. There are no new events unless that thing is just being put back consistently. Okay, right. Let's get our new building constructed. And there it is. So our printing office is done. CuppaTeas Presses is in place. Let's just take a quick look. So they can make... Oh, it's very, very similar in terms of the Scriptorium, isn't it? They can make paint. They can make all the stuff that the Scriptorium can make. And more. Oh, hang on a minute. Why don't we just take off... Why don't we just remove the Scriptorium? Move the staff over... and then just get them to do that. Yeah, because they can't make those. They can't make stylographs. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, and the library can then make these 2 bits. We might as well get rid of the Scriptorium. That might be what we do next time out. Because, yes, this place can do all that stuff and more. So this can make stately dispatches, which sounds very exciting. It can make a stylograph. Okay, I mean, what's that? A pine plank and some iron. What is that? That's like a writing sort of implement type thing. Learned citizens generally use goose feathers and sometimes charcoal pencils to write text on parchment. A stylograph, on the other hand, is not only more comfortable to hold in the hand, but also has a greater capacity and runs out much less frequently. Oh, okay, it's a fancy pen. It's a fancy pen. Okay. So, yeah, the stately dispatch does look quite profitable, but it does require a lot of stuff. It needs parchment, it needs paint, and it needs a stylograph. Okay, fine. Yeah, maybe these buildings are not the most profitable buildings that we can build. Maybe we just go and build ourselves a massive load of herb huts and just sell tea, which would be perfect for the CuppaTeas. That would be perfect. Maybe that's what we end up doing. I don't know. We'll give this place a go. But do you know what? We'll do all that next time. So I think we've done quite a bit today. We've elevated ourselves up to a free citizen. We've got ourselves a couple of these things along here. So we've got ourselves, what did we become? The master of the slide rule. And we became quite enchanting as well. So our dynasty has sort of upgraded itself. Yeah, we've got a new building in. And our other building, the Pest House, is actually beginning to turn a profit. Is it actually making money now? Let's have a look. Yes. It's become profitable. At long last, CuppaTea Cures has made some money. So yes, there we go. It's finally made itself some money. So that's been a long time coming. But yeah, that was another important thing as well. CuppaTea Parchment's still not particularly brilliant, though. Look at that. That's struggling. Maybe CuppaTea Presses will be better. We shall have to see next time out. Hopefully you are still enjoying this. If you are, then please do leave a like. That would be most marvellous. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on here in the Guild 3. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. I really hope I don't have to send children down into coal mines or whatever, because I would feel like a terrible person. Hello, robot, and I shall call you Alan. Still some homeless people, still hungry people, still sick people. Okay, if you try and reach London, you will end up frosty and dead. Great big human lollipop.